What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're switching it back to Marvel Legends, something that's a little bit better late than never, if you will. But let's check out Spider Shot, see what we've got going on. Let's check it out.
Now tuning into the Encountered Culture.
Anyway, stop being me, place. Counter-culture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.
As promised, today we'll be taking a look at Spider Shot. Alright, so of course we have Spider Shot, aka Assassin Spider-Man. It's a renaming situation. Let's move on. Alright, take a look at the package here. Spider-Man, Spider Shot, I should say. He looks pretty good in there. It's a basic design costume, and I do think that this captures it pretty well. You may be asking yourself why we're delayed on this review. We've seen the rest of the figures that came out at this time. In all honesty, I didn't think that this was a figure I was going to pick up. I don't have a lot of attachment to it. I saw it in the store, and it was one of those moments, hey, I didn't find anything else today. This was on the shelf. Looking at it in person, kind of dig it. So let's take it home. Let's take it from there. Also, there is a tie-in with Wolverine, so it's not like a far stretch. It'll go on my Spider-Verse shelf, but at the end of the day, it's another character in the display. So I'm happy with that, and to me, that's really what it comes down to with collecting. So good looking figure. You got some extra sets of hands, so there you go. You've got 3 total sets. You've got the little blast effects that'll come out. Nice looking image of Spider Shot on the front there. You are on the more modern design card here. Flip it to the back. There's a nice render of your figure. Spider Shot. After a mission goes wrong, an alternate version of Peter Parker leaves his old life behind to target the Black Ops world as a killer for hire. So obviously this is a total departure from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, right? We've gone down a path of darkness, and he's taken out vengeance. You've got important information down at the bottom. There's your little insert down there. But let's get him out of the box. Fresh out of the package. This is an average figure. I mean, you know what you're getting with these once you see it in the package. It doesn't deliver much more than that, so this is certainly for a specific crowd of collectors, and no shame in that. I mean, collect what you want to collect, like I always say, right? So, as I mentioned earlier, I did pick this up on a whim because it was on the shelf, and sometimes you just can't resist the temptation when you're there and in person, and it's staring right back at you. So here we are. We find ourselves taking a look at Spider Shot, a nice design, very simple, black and red. It really works for the costume. I do think it captures the essence of the character, so not a lot of issue with the overall design. I know there are some issues, and I think X-Manny really pointed it out very well, did a good job at pointing out what was really wrong with this, so I won't belabor the issue with the hips down there. We all know that is a significant amount of gap in there that does not seem necessary. Let's take a closer look at the figure himself, though. What I do like, I think this has a really nice face sculpt. I mean, you get some good indentations in there, really nice texturing. As simple as it is, it does make the eyes pop that much more. The eye is a little low on the paint on this one. Not terribly, but you can definitely tell a little bit better in person. I think on camera it doesn't really come through too poorly. And then a little bit of issue with the plastic molding in there, but nothing significant. I think it still looks like a really nice sculpt, even though it is simple in design. Really good looking spider here. I don't see any major defects, so I do like that. Paint lines look pretty clean. Same with down here at the belt area. You do have these which are keyed in, so your ammo packs are keyed in down there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think that that does make a nice touch. They're not like falling off or roaming around on the figure, so they add a layer of depth to the character, to the toy itself, but simple as it can be. As we all know, there is a significant amount of gap in these hips. It is a weird call. I'm not sure why they extended those pegs on this buck to make it look that way. But like I said, I'm not going to belabor that. We're all aware. We'll take a quick look at some articulation here, and then we'll look at some extra hands. As far as the articulation goes, the head, he'll look down to about there. He will look up pretty far, but of course you do get that huge amount of gap in the head, so you can certainly see the ball joint up there. You do get a lot of range around. You can move the head however you like, so you gotta like that. You would just like to not see that huge gap there or there. Butterfly joints, so you do get excellent range back and forth. Arm does move all the way around and will go up really far, so you can get that pretty high. I like that. Upper bicep cut, of course, and then double joint pinless at the elbow. Nothing at the forearm, and then your hinge and swivel at the wrist there. You do have the bell for the torso, so that gives you excellent amount of range for the torso there, and then your ab crunch at the bottom. Articulation wise, this is really nice. Adds a layer that gives you so much more range than your basic ab crunch. So you gotta like that. The leg will kick up to about there. It'll go back to about there, and then only out to about there. So you're not getting out very far. Upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless at the knee right there, and then your calf, upper calf cut there, and then your hinge and swivel at the ankle. You can get that all around. Not a significant amount of gap here. Do get a little bit of gap up in the torso at the back here. I mean, depending on how you're going to pose it, you probably won't see that. You get some gap up here as well, but most likely you're going to be in a down sort of crunch, so you're not going to really see significant gap as far as that goes. All right, let's take a look at these hands. Your first set of hands, these are the ones that come on the figure straight out of the package, assuming to be sort of the shot hands. They do look like he's trying to tell me where the exits are on an aircraft, so I mean, I don't know how much better that could have been executed, but it's exactly what it reminds me of. You know, your exits are here, here, and here. And of course, you get your thwips. You also get a set of fists to go with that. I do like the amount of hands. I mean, 3 sets of hands is good. Of course, more hands the better, but at least you do get 3 total sets. For your shot effect, you do have a porthole in these shooter hands, and then they just poured in right there as such. So you do get 2, 1 for each hand. Simple and easy little port. For a size comparison, I do have them backed up against your Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man and your Pizza Spider-Man. That'll give you a frame of reference. He does appear to be about the height of your Pizza Spider-Man, probably closer to Renew Your Vows as well in height. So a little bit taller than Amazing Fantasy, but I do think this is a good height for this character. He looks pretty nice in comparison to the 2 of these Spider-Men. And for another comparison here, he is backed up against your Juggernaut Wave Wolverine. So one of the brown suit Wolverines, to give you an idea of what Spider-Shot's going to look like if that's how you're going for your display. Now you'll have an idea. Obviously taller, as Wolverine is a shorter character. I do think this is a nice looking combination though. So whether you have the retro carded brown suit, the Juggernaut Wave, or I guess fudge in the House of X there. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to a little bit more on the shelf. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. There is your Marvel Legends Spider-Shot figure that came out, I think, a little over a month ago. I guess depending on where you pre-ordered it, maybe some of you haven't even received it yet because the company or place you ordered from hasn't shipped out yet. But still relatively new, just one that I hadn't gotten around to. And as I've said twice now, it was there on the shelf, and I gave in. So here we are. Got to do this. Got to take a look at the figure. One I wasn't super excited about, but one that it will absolutely find a place on the shelf and was inevitably going to make its way here at some point. It just happened a little bit sooner than I guess I had initially anticipated, and sometimes that's the highlight of collecting, right? Making those impulse decisions, if you will. But basic figure, not a whole lot to write home about, but it is one that I am still happy to have. I don't think this is a figure that everybody's going to rush out to get. I don't think everybody needs it, but it's for a certain type of collector, right? Let me know what you think about the figure down in the comments below. You've heard me talk about it. I've given my 2 cents. Do what you want with that information. However, I do appreciate you coming and checking out the video, as this has been out for a while. So if you've come to check out the video, then you've probably already seen a few reviews on this, but at this point. So thanks for stopping here. Of course, you can always find me on any of these socials down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, though. And until next time, take it easy.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counterculture's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out, you'll never see us again.